Welcome to my fourth rant of the year. Today is about knowing when to actually walk away because there's some weird things going on in dating, and a lot of women don't know the difference between their mouth and their asshole. So they got coming out of both of them. Now, with that being said, here on this rant, the power of discernment, free will, and actually being able to choose, that's the most important thing. Now, before we get into this rant, let me introduce myself. My name is Bertrand. I am the coolest dude on the planet, and I'm your friend. Confidence and clarity is the goal for my channel. So let's jump right into this. We first have to start with a self-check. What are you looking for? Are you looking for a good time, or are you looking for someone to spend your life with? Now, when you ask yourself that question, that's going to break down to even more questions where you're going to be looking at habits, behaviors, duty, motivation, questions like that. Habits, right? Then it's going to make you ask even more important questions like, is this worth working for? A lot of the times you're going to figure out it is not worth it. That's what you're going to figure out a lot of times, right? Because here on this channel, you hear me say there's millions more women than there are men. So men, you have the ability to actually choose. Now, this does not mean that women don't have the ability to choose, but they want to make sure that they get a guy, they keep him, and they get out the game. The problem with a lot of women is they stay in the game too long. Now, I'm not here to tell women what they should and what they shouldn't do, but what I am here to tell you to do is to pick up your confidence and to be able to see things clearly. That way you can make better decisions for your own personal life. There are women out here who believe that it is a privilege for you to pay their bills. It is a privilege for you to take them out shopping. And I'm thinking to myself, why the hell is that a privilege for me? That sounds like a bill. That sounds like stress. That sounds like everything I am not looking for. Now, I'm a responsible person, so I'm going to make sure all of my bills are paid. I like nice things, so I'm definitely going to go shopping. But is it a privilege? Like what is it that I'm getting? Right? Like when I see this or when I hear it, I be thinking like, dang, does she think that she's the most beautiful thing on the planet? Does she think she's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen? Well, if she thinks that, let's go ahead and let's line her up with all of the other women that I believe is actually gorgeous. And then let's see if she chooses herself or if she would choose one of those other women. Now, I'm not saying any of that to be mad or disrespectful, but I'm saying it because I feel disrespected. I'm saying that because I'm thinking to myself, is she trying to make me mad? And then I realized, you know what? Here's a more mature thought. She's actually trying to sell herself to the highest bidder. The problem is, she doesn't fully sell herself to that guy because she's still focused on the majority of guys, right? So she loses tunnel vision because she gets lost in her feelings. Now, women live life through their feelings. So I don't shame a woman for living life through her feelings, but I use my logic and understanding, damn, okay, is she worth it? Now, as men, we all have to make a choice. We all are going to gamble at some point in time. I think the position that I'm in today is kind of unique because I've been divorced. I have children. And so there's a few things on that part of the bucket list that's already checked off. So for me, other things kind of open up. I'm a little more open to dating single moms because I'm a single father. So, but I do understand that as a man, I have the choice to choose not to. So my thing is always a vibe check. Recognize, or you should recognize, when you're in over your head, because let's put it this way, right? If you were to grab a lemon and you were to squeeze and squeeze and squeeze that lemon and all you got was a drop, would you say it was worth it? I would say no. And on top of that, not only will you not have a drink, you won't be able to make lemonade, but you're going to be even more thirsty and you're going to be mad that you put in all that work for a drop. Here are four important questions that I ask myself if I'm looking for a wife. Right now, if I'm just looking for a good time, the questions are different. But if I'm looking for a wife, here are things that I'm thinking about. One, how much intimacy am I gonna get? What is the frequency? Is it one time per week or is it 7 times per week? Right? Because for me, that's a big deal. Some women think it's a privilege for you to pay her bills. Does this woman bring me peace, or does this woman bring stress, trauma, drama, damage, right? Is she going to interrupt my peace, right? Because if she interrupts my peace, now I can't create. Now I can't build. Now I can't focus on everything else, right? The things that'll actually help people, which will bring me the money that she's looking for. Is she someone you can build with, or is she someone that is going to destroy? Now, this is kind of hard to see, but give her enough time. Listen to her, right? Talk to her. Ask her some questions. Have conversation. Watch how she moves. Look at how she thinks, right? And I'm not telling you to judge her. I'm just saying watch how she moves. That's going to tell you. Right? If things don't go her way, that's going to let you know exactly what she is willing to do. You may even ask her a question like, what's the craziest thing you've ever done? Right? You'll find out. She'll tell you. Here's the most important question. Does she like you? Now, another small caveat question is, does it matter? Right? Because if you have all of the money and the success that you actually want, do you care if that woman actually likes you or not? Or are you just happy for her to actually be around you? Some men have a different mindset, right? They don't care if the woman actually likes them. I actually saw and I brought this up before. There's a guy who bagged the woman that I thought was gorgeous. Right now, I'm looking at his physique, and and I'm like, she wouldn't have chose that guy. She only chose him because of everything that he can offer her. Right. And we see this a lot. So, fellas, this is the reason why I'm telling you, get your life together, get on your path, figure out your life's purpose. Because once you start to become successful, the women, even if they don't like you, they will pretend. Now, in her pretending, guess what's going to happen? She's still going to give you the feeling that you actually want. Now, what you have to understand is if you don't have that lifestyle, she's not going to be there. But let me put it to you this way. That same rule applies even if you're broke. Right? If that woman doesn't like you, she's only going to be there for a limited amount of time. So I'm not here to cause anybody to divide. I'm here to cause you to think. Think about what you want. Think about how you want to move, right? Because adapting to this hookup culture, to this stripper culture, is the most important thing you can do. Yes, you can complain about what happened in your past and what's going on right now. Yes, you can complain all you want to. It's not going to get you the results you're looking for. When you adapt, you are figuring out how to move within this culture. Friends with benefits, situationships, flings, vacay bays. Where do you think all of these things come from? And look, I did not create this. This is something that has existed already. Just look at social media. If you don't believe me, look at social media. You'll see plenty of women who cannot afford to be wherever the hell they are. I don't care if it's a restaurant. I don't care if it's a place they travel to. I don't care if it's being somewhere or being on something, right? Being in first class, being on a private jet, expensive dinners, the most expensive places in the world, having all these extravagant dinners, right? I understand women want to experience that. So this is why I'm telling you, make this your lifestyle, right? Or be able to dibble and dabble into it because they're looking for that, right? So if you're looking to have a good time, you will have no shortage of options, right? Because the young women want it and the older women want it. All women want it. So the most important thing you can do is get your money right. Now, here on this channel, I have 3 solutions for you. Better mind, better body, better finances. These things will help you in almost every area of life. When you have your money and your finances together, you know what to do with money. You know how to put money into things that'll give you a return. When you're working out, when you're working on your body, now you're naturally more healthy. Now, I'm going to say go ahead and change your diet. Take out some of the terrible things that you're eating, right? Because if you don't, it's going to make working out a lot harder, and it's going to be harder for you to get your body to look the way that you want it to look. Now, the most important thing is working on your mind. This thing right here, right? Being able to believe that you can do whatever you can do whatever you want. Now, when I say do whatever you want, I'm talking about accomplishing a goal, right? That's what I'm speaking to. So what can help you with that? Meditations and affirmations, pictures and words. Put those 2 things together and watch the magic happen. Now, with all of this being said, I have a question for you guys. Have you stayed in a situation too long? Have you ever walked away from a situation and thought, damn, I messed up that one? If you did, how many times was that? Comment under this video. Remember, when you're watching these videos, you are becoming the best version of yourself. That means you 2.4. Other than that, I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.